The entertainment industry is something that has become gross and has affected the youth to its full potential. It's easy to be attracted to the glamour, but do you know what's disguised inside this shiny veneer? Let's get into the reality of diplomacy of it and the hurdles that idols face daily. Oshinoko is a story of true fandom and love wrapped in revenge. Hoshino AI, the 16-year-old adorable idol, who has been an abandoned child, chooses the career of being an idol in the hope of one day finding a way to truly love someone. The scene opens with Dr. Goru applauding for AI. He got to know about her from one of his patients, Sarina. After that, his love for her has been growing immensely. Goru is surprised upon finding AI as his new patient. Goru does his best to help AI and cherish the moments as the time of his life. On the night of AI going into labor, a suspicious stranger follows Goru on the way back home and pushes him down into a ditch, resulting in him being badly injured and ultimately dead. The next moment, Goru's soul arouses as Ai's son, Aquamarine Hoshino, with his twin sister named Ruby Hoshino, a reincarnation of Sarina. Ai's children are kept as secret and she renews her profession as an idol with the help of Ichigo and Miyako. They pretend themselves as the children's parents for the sake of their agency. Miyako is mad with her role as a nursemaid and decides to publicize Ai's secret to gain some spotlight. However, the children trick Miyako by acting like adults and convincing her to cooperate with their mother. A genuine smile appears on Ai's face as she notices her kids at the concert. AI takes on diverse jobs from radio assistants to modeling to add something to her low salary. Although she lands a role in a drama, her part is cut because her beauty makes her the center of attraction. However, the drama's director offers AI a role in a film, on the condition that Aqua has to play a role with Kana in the film. Ai's talent shines through in the film, opening up various job options for her. She reaches the apex of her career when given the chance to perform at a dome concert. AI informs the children's father about their presence and shares their current address. On her big day, AI is stabbed by a crazy fan who blames her for fraud regarding her children and telling the lie about loving her fan. In her injured condition, AI calls the fan by his name, demonstrating her genuine love for her enthusiasts. This results in him deeply regretting his actions. He then suicides afterward. In her final moments, AI says "I love you" to kids, and for the first time it's from the depths of her heart. Her longing for genuine love is finally fulfilled. Aqua, soaked in Ai's blood, and Ruby behind the doors witness their mother's demise. The news of Ai's death garners sympathy but is also used by some for personal gain. Aqua decides to avenge his potential father as he would be the one responsible for feeding information to that fan. Miyako becomes the adoptive parent of the children. Years later, they are now high school students. Miyako takes over the agency after Ichigo left, and now the Strawberry production is managing a handful of influencers. To fulfill her mother's last wish, Ruby auditions for several agencies and despite passing all the trials gets the refusal in the end. It turns out that Aqua is liable for this as he cancels her from the audition and asks the director to deliver a false rejection call. He doesn't want Ruby to end up like AI and share the fate of hers. Ruby's looks land her another proposal from an underground agency. To his dismay, Aqua doesn't get any positive news from an idol working with the same agency about their working domain. Seeing Ruby's perseverance, Miyako decides to get a new idol group under Strawberry production, ending the hiatus of over a decade. Aqua is working as an assistant to the director, learning and sharing his thoughts. As he speaks of his desire to work behind the screen, his mother's last wish, hardwired into his memories, glimpses in his eyes, igniting a flicker of interest in acting. Both siblings apply for the same school where they meet Kana again as the senior in Ruby's department. Kana recognizes Aquamarine, a fellow star whose knack surpassed her acting in his first scene. Aqua's patience is tested to its pinnacle by Kana's endless queries and following him to the director's place. She asks him to join her recent project under the direction of Kaburagi Musi. Kaburagi Musi, the name drags Aqua to his past where he analyzed all 3 phones of AI. It took him 4 years to reach the password to her oldest phone to get any clue of her connection to their potential father, and there was the name Kaburagi Musi in that list. He immediately agrees to join in. The main agenda of the show is to just bring up new faces in modeling. Acting is not even their demand at first. Kana is put in the show because of her low rate and good skills, and she is the only one in the characters who knows acting. She wants Aqua to join in as her inability to showcase her talent to its full with a ludicrous cast of the show. For Kana, this play is a glare of hope to come back after her rough patch, and Aqua decides to support her. Aqua is playing the villain in the play, which suits his gloomy personality according to Ruby's perspective. He also collects DNA samples of the director to check if he's his biological father, but the results come out as negative. All it took for Aqua was a mean comment to the looks of the main lead to enrage him for real, adding intensity to the scene. The main point of the episode was Kana's ability to portray the last emotional scene, and her jaw-dropping skill aced it. The last episode went very well. In the premiere of the show, Kaburagi Musi, having an eye into Aqua's interest and resemblance to AI, agrees to tell about Ai's boyfriend in return for his performance in a reality show. Kana welcomes and tells about the students in school, including emerging dancers to streamers and actors such as Frill Shiranui. The actuality of her being the only student without any career hits Ruby hard and ignites her to become an idol in the blink of an eye. Miyako enunciates that she needs to audition to establish a group when Aqua suggests Kana's name to include in it. Aqua and Ruby finally manage to sign Kana as part of the idol group despite her reluctance to affect her acting career. Meanwhile, Aqua joins the reality show as per the demand of Musi to be enabled to take a glimpse of Ai's dating life. The show has emerging talents. All of them have to act in the public's interest without any specific script but featuring directions there. Aqua's soft acting causes Ruby and Kana's jaws to drop. The show is a mix of confessing real feelings with a tint of acting where everyone is allowed to choose his personality type at his own will. On the other hand, Kana seems to be obnoxious to Ruby as she doesn't take this all seriously. Miyako guides the two and instructs them to use social media for promotion, for which she has also invited one of the influencers Strawberry Production is managing to help. The influencer is a physical trainer who gives both girls a chance to reveal their faces in his video after a tedious task. Kana asks Ruby to name the group of her own will, and Ruby chooses the name Bikamachi, same as that of Ai's group. The emotional intelligence of Yakupan helps her gain attraction to the whole show as she successfully portrays herself as a sensitive and kind personality. According to Aqua's perspective, the reality show has less forgery than he expected and many members are just being themselves. However, Yaoki truly is something. She grabs every instant to stand out. The love triangle of Yaoki, Nabayuki, and Morimoto twists the viewer's sentiments and enthusiasm. Aqua and Mem are satisfied with their role, but the most affected person is Akane with the least screen time and zero presence. Despite all her efforts, she doesn't gain any attention, which ticks off her dad. In her desperate wish to leave her mark, she tries to act like a bad girl who would steal Nabayaki's affection and pulls a fight with Yaoki. However, her shot results in accidentally scratching Yaoki's face, resulting in her being the target of online bashing. Although both girls have resolved the issue of the camera, it doesn't bring any good to Akane. The crisis worsens with the public apology of Akane, making her look remorseful. Social media loathing costs Akane's mental health, which leads her to the level of attempting suicide. Aqua saves her at the last moment. Kana is discussing the impact of social media on the mental health of entertainers, unaware of Akane's suicide attempt. While Aqua tries to comfort Akane, police reach there and arrest them for a misunderstanding. Miyako rushes to the station. She appraises Aqua for saving someone. All the star cast of the Love Now reality show appears there. Their consideration of Akane enables her to be assertive. The editors try to paint Akane as a villain for ratings, while Aqua decides to use raw footage and pictures to show the true relations of Akane with other members. All the members of the show help him to get the video viral with their skills. This partially settles the hatred. The sweet gesture of all the cast to defend her makes Akane emotional. She comes to the set announcing her rejoining soon. Yaoki and Mem advise her to play the role of Aqua's ideal girl, which is an image of late AI. Kana tells Ruby about Akane's ability to grab the details and being an awesome theater performer under the agency of Lola Lai. Akane works hard on every element of the character, and her level of imitation leaves Aqua flabbergasted. Akane nails the role and even imitates the charisma and magnetism of AI to the level that no eye turns away from her. Aqua's behavior is strange as he sees AI in Akane, which makes him blush. Jealous Kana overhears students wishing for Aqua and Akane to end up together. After school, Aqua invites Kana to hang out with him, and to her disappointment, instead of going to watch any movie, they end up playing catch. It proves to be a compliment to Kana when Aqua lets out how he feels to be himself when he is with her. This clears Aqua's feelings towards Akane that he's not into her, and it's only the image of AI that attracted him. The final episode goes very well. Musi asks Aqua to meet him next week. In the farewell ceremony, they cherish their memories together. Aqua and Akane decide to carry the role as a couple for some time, but it has already broken Kana's heart. Aqua, finding Mem to be an enthusiastic lover of old Bikamachi and a potential candidate to be added to the new group, ends up inviting her to join his sister. Ruby and Kana heartily welcome Mem into their group. Her social media presence is enough to impress Miyako despite concerns about her age. Mem had to work multiple jobs to make both ends meet after her mother got sick, and she was 23 when she finally got ready to step into a career of being an idol. The Kamachi officially starts after Mem joins. Love Now has made such a huge impact in raising Aqua's popularity. As the cast of the show, Mem also benefits from the stardom, and so does Kamachi. The trio practices their choreography, which makes Kana realize that she is unable to match the energy of the two. Aqua's relationship and her previous career upsets result in her being hard on herself. Musi tells Aqua about his cluelessness toward his potential father, but he affirms that AI fell in love during her contract with Lololai, the same company as Avacanes. He offers to get Aqua to meet the leader of the agency, and also his investment in the newbie Kamachi to perform in JIP. He senses potential in Aqua's acting and the talent of the idol group. When it comes to choosing the group leader, Kana steps aside. Kana's singing video and their karaoke scores make Mem and Ruby decide to convince Kana to take the position of the center of the group. Kana gets enraged, but the awful singing of the two leaves no choice to her except to take responsibility. Miyako manages to get Pion Sai to train the trio. Their intense training starts with building stamina and practicing. During a heartfelt conversation, Pion boosts Kana's confidence by making her believe in herself. The night before the final performance, Ruby finds herself unable to sleep because of excitement. Having lived a hushed life before, her ambition of making a difference by becoming an idol is finally coming true. Her motivation to be an idol is her love for AI and someone special who assured her to be her fan if she becomes an idol. Unexpectedly, Kana discovers that it's Aqua disgusting as Pion who understands her that well. The charged environment of JIP and the sense of responsibility drains Kana's energy. Her past failures haunt her. She confesses to Ruby that she's afraid of letting down people relying on her. Ruby comforts her that it's okay to fail. She does not need to overburden herself. The concert is finally starting. Mem's presence attracts a lot of audiences. In the first performance, Kana is dominated by Mem's popularity and the bubbly personality of Ruby, resulting in the arena being full of red and yellow glow sticks to support them. Ruby's performance reminds fans of the old Kamachi. All that Kana needs is a single supporter to ensure that he believes in her. Through the rough patch of her life, there was no one to give her unwavering support. She survived her dark period by herself. Aqua's support for all three of them turns over the situation so fast. In the second song, Kana's performance lines with the two. Aqua finds Ai's charisma in Kana's real self, and it is not an imitation. The show proves to be a triumph. Upon revelation of Kana's feelings about Aqua, Mem feels perplexed to choose whom she would pick between Akain and Kana. Musi gets the project of Tokyo Blade, in which Lololai Agency is also involved, and upon his suggestion, Aqua is offered a role in it. This turns out to be a project of Aqua, Akain, and Kana working together. The rivalry between Kana and Akain is too obvious.